Kirsche got canceled from this game Crime Boss Rocket. She came in and she was I remember first when we first had Kirsche on the show, she was talking about this. She got canceled for being bad and all these things, and then the game totally distanced themselves from Kirsche, and they saw a dramatic drop in player base and users. Their review scores dropped to the bottom on Steam. It was rough for them because they wanted to be the good guys here. And what happened since then was I think a game has struggled incredibly without her being one of the biggest voices behind the games. We had Kirsche on last week, and she gave us a heads up that this was happening, and this was really good when she announced this over the weekend. She said, super happy to be working with Crime Boss Game again. I was very happy to have their new community manager reach out to me and have real tangible changes being made that mend bridges and move forward with their gaming community. I know some people will still be suspicious and want to give it time to see if it's legit. I very much respect that and hope everyone can be happy with the outcome in time. The first cancel culture reversal is a huge opportunity for us to show companies that they can fix prior mistakes they made under duress from the cancel mob. Huge victory for people who want normalcy in politics to not influence video games. We should all be able to just play and have fun. Reminder that Streets of Rocket can be used for all your Crime Boss media. Let's keep it honorable. Let's keep it up, honorable chatters right there. So she is back working with this again. And I'll tell you this, man. The response has been very interesting, to say the least. The game itself says, good to see you back in Rocket City, Kirsche. Glad we had a chance to talk through all this and start fresh. See you soon. Before we get to the responses, I wanted to really hit on something that is really important, I think, when it comes to this. This was flagged initially by the previous community manager for the game. And I saw this post, and I think this is accurate. It says, personnel is policy. It's not cancel culture to get people fired because they're hostile ideologues, weaponizing their jobs to attack and discriminate against you. Cancel culture is when you come for someone's job purely to fuck with them for things they did unrelated to it. She has been talking with the new community manager there. They obviously saw what happened, and they're like, well, shit, our game's in the tank right now. It would be really great if we had our biggest creator back with us. And they went out and they mended the bridge. First and foremost, Kirsche's statement on, a cancel culture reversal here. Phoenix, I am guessing that you are a scorched earth guy and that you feel like once they cross that bridge, you burn it and there's no going back. But I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, so with all respect to Kirsche, who I love, I respect everything that she does, so nothing against her, but I personally would not have done this for me. First, I don't believe in apologies, for one, and then two, I just think if someone's going to do that to you, they're going to break I don't know the full details of it. So if I knew the details, maybe I'd change my mind. But you're going to cut ties in business with me over something I imagine I probably didn't do anything specifically wrong to that deal itself. It was more, I imagine, a mob. Is that a fair statement, Greg?
Yeah. So there was a hit piece written about Kirsche, and then it was a mob campaign to tell everybody what a bad person Kirsche is.
Yeah, so the way I always look at these things, this may sound crazy, but it's like catching your loved one cheating on you, and then they're like, oh, well, actually, everything's fine. I changed my mind and I want you again. To me, I don't do we're done, dog. And I think what the message I would want to make by my scorched earth mentality is, you need to stick to being a business. Like, that's my message. It's like, stick to being a business and we wouldn't have been in this situation. You just like keep to the terms. And I want to ensure that other businesses stop getting into politics, stop doing all this bullshit, because when I'm done, now I'm done. And if I was a big influencer, let's say a PewDiePie or something like that, I want people to really think before they go into business with me. You're either going to have my back or you're not. So that's kind of my mentality. I can certainly understand the other viewpoint, which she says beautifully, which is if you don't forgive, if you don't let them
Give a little
go
grace.
back into business with them, then essentially you're never extending your hand out, and therefore nothing can be changed. They're not rewarded for changing their own opinion. I say decimate them, let them never, ever, ever make anything ever again. Run them into the fucking ground. Their children's children should never work. Like, I am that guy, but I'm an extremist. So I don't know how much from me you can really listen to.
That's okay. We're all extremists here.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, but to be fair, they said the same thing. The previous community manager said the same thing about Kirsche, right? And she's an extremist because, whatever, right?
But you got into
throwing
business with her.
Right. Well, then they distanced from her. It's been a year. They clearly needed to work with her. They reached out after the old community manager has been fired, moved on, whatever. New community manager comes in. Now, what the chat
That's
is
my
saying,
situation. That's what I'm saying. It's your loved one cheating on you and then going, oh, fuck, I need sex again. You know what? Hey, let's go back into it. Like, no, dog. No. I remember what you did.
well, Hero Sword says the CEO made a very stupid response to someone accusing Kirsche of quote, spreading hatred towards blacks and transgenders. I don't, Hero Sword, if you have more details on that, please let me know. And Azara came in and says, an influencer contacted the community manager based on the Vice hit piece. Here.
Yeah,
So,
I was about to say it was pretty much like one or two rogue community managers, and then their direct managers doubled down on it, and then they're like, "Well, everything's gone to shit, and we're just going to fire these two people and beg for forgiveness." And I'm kind of with Kirsche on this. Like, you got to give a little bit of grace. I don't disagree with your mentality, Phoenix. Sometimes, yeah, you got to go scorched earth to teach these people a lesson, but sometimes you got to give grace to other things, because otherwise we're going to run into this, well, the cancel mob will kill us and then we're just going to go broke from the other people. What do we just even do? Just sit with our thumb up our asses and do nothing?
You build.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
But I think probably what's important here, and Phoenix, you and I are of one mind on this, but it's I guess so far the attitude with Kirsche leading the charge on this, because she wasn't the only one who was just like, I'm not playing this again. A lot of us, especially as VTubers, who are in full support of Kirsche, decided to just completely embargo this game. And we weren't the only ones. A lot of people did. They stopped playing. In light of this, I decided myself, it's like, okay, we'll lift the embargo on this, but it's one of those things where you forgive, but you never forget, lest they think they can do it again without consequence. And so I would just say to Crime Boss Debs, if you're watching, you've been given a very generous second chance with all of us. Don't squander it, because there will not be a third, and we will be watching.
Yeah, even if you like, I know there's a lot of Christians here in the chat, and I myself am one. The Bible always says to forgive, but it never says forget. Like that's what a lot of people, they're like, oh, it says forgive and forget. It's like, no,
Yes.
it definitely doesn't say forget. It absolutely says forgive, though.
Forgive
But it doesn't
them, but
say give
never
them a
forget
third
what the
chance.
bastards did to you in the first place.
I will always say that everyone should be listening to what you just said. Like, don't ever listen to me. I am a recognized extremist. Don't listen.
Look,
They do it again. We're going with your strategy, Phoenix.
Oh, yeah,
It's
no,
just like, okay, we're
Yeah, but
burning
there
this
is
to the
going to be
ground.
an again. The sheer fact
Maybe there
that
will.
there was an again now means it's going to be again later. Like, so, like, to me, it's just like, don't complain when it inevitably happens. Don't complain when another company does it, because they'll just go, we changed our mind. Now we want you back.
well, let me ask you this. So, Kirsch's thought process on this is, this being a cancel culture reversal. You do set a precedent in this situation where you say, look, we're willing to forgive you if you just say you're dumb and you made a bad mistake. And I try to put myself in the CEO's shoes of this. He probably, and I don't know this for certain, I'm just thinking like a CEO who's running a studio, right? You're probably not going to be involved on the day-to-day basis of the influencers that are involved with your game. Maybe not. I don't know. But what probably happened was an influencer came to the community manager, said, look at all the shit that Kirsche did. That community manager then brought it to the CEO saying, look at all the shit that Kirsche did, right? With no context. And then the CEO is aware of it. Then they go, okay, well, we'll cut her. And that's pretty much where the end of the conversation went, right? They see tremendous backlash. The community manager who singularly pushed for the decision to be made, ultimately with the decision being made by said CEO or some sort of leadership position, I don't know. It gets rectified after the CEO, whose job is to look at the bottom line, realizes, holy shit, we're not making the money that we needed to make based off this. So how can we rectify this? And the new CM comes in, community manager goes, well, what about Kirsche? What about Kirsche? And they go, oh yeah, okay, we can have that conversation. I'm just trying to think through what that conversation actually looked like.
Sure.
And knowing Kirsche like I do, and I'm not saying like we're best friends or anything like that, but we've had our own show for a good while. I think a lot of Kirsche. I think that she said she had conversations with them. I bet she had very real, harsh conversations with them.
Yes.
And she would not. I don't think Kirsche would have made this decision to work with them again if she didn't think that every little panel of that bridge was made back better.
Totally agree.
Right?
That goes to her character. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I also had this thought about that one rogue community manager. Like, how much did he also try to sweep the backlash underneath the rug to get past the devs, the CEO, like the people who actually make the decisions? Because that could also be a possibility that they tried to mitigate the damage to prove that it had no effect, which is blatantly false. Like, the game got nuked from orbit once they cut her.
She was kidding in that game. No doubt about it. She was kidding in that game. Nobody else even cared. Nobody else was really all that interested. She was one of the big driving forces in getting people to play that game.
Right. Now, Hero Sword did send this over just now. This is a screenshot that had to do with the CEO, apparently. And I do want to read this. I'm guessing that Michael is the CEO. He said, fair question. Oh, he said, what made you guys decide to partner with her again after a repeated history of hateful remarks against black people, transgender? Fair question. I'm not going to dodge it. We don't endorse any excuse hateful views towards anyone. That's not up for debate. I can't quite see what that says, or who we work with. What actually changed with Kirsche is that she gets the same early access to game info other creators get, nothing more. No formal partnership or payment involved. Okay.
So, like, my response is, shut the fuck up. It's a video game. This person likes this video game. Like, I'm not answering your stupid bullshit. Like, I have no interest in what you just said there. I'm insulted by what you just. I don't give a shit. I'm not here to play parent and monitor what this person's beliefs are. What I don't give a shit. If I hire them, it's because as a gamer, in this particular case, I wanted to work with them because I think they best fit this game and putting it out in the public. What they do, who they sleep with, what their beliefs are, whether they believe in God or not, I don't care about any of that. So if I'm hearing that, it's a kind go fuck yourself. Don't care. Next. Not interested in what you have to say.
No,
Zero.
Right.
No, that is exactly the attitude you need to take. I mean, that's what I would do if I was running a video game company. If I had a content creator as big as Kirsche, I'd absolutely sponsor her. It's like, look, I don't care what she says on her personal platform. That's on her. I'm just here to make the game. I'm here to make sure everybody puts the fries in the bag.
Right.
It's that
I
simple.
go. Do you remember when the Sword and Slippers devs said something to the effect after their trailer went viral?
Yeah, this is not for you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. This team is not for you, right?
Or
this game is not for you.
absolutely waiting for that game, by the way.
Right. Well, the response to her coming back and being involved with the game is exactly what you'd expect it to be. This is from Linkser over here. They're malding. You see the responses here, the downvoting over on over on Steam. Wasted Potential, the video game. But I guess partnering with a great replacement theory believing Nazi is more important than making sure your game actually works or adding an actual good end game right here. This is from Cool Doggo. Partnering with the VTuber fascist Kirsche was not on my bingo card, but anything can happen these days in the name of clout. Developers partnered, then unpartnered, then repartnered, and apologized to openly Nazi/fascist VTuber Kirsche. I was not aware that Kirsche was an open Nazi/fascist. Is this?
But
something
even
that
if she was, this is a game about the mafia. Am I correct? I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's like because I was actually going to get the game. It's essentially like Payday.
Okay, great. Okay, so it's a gangster whatever game.
Yeah.
Nothing in that sentence had anything to do with my game. Next, I don't care. I'm not interested. Right. How many shoe deals were given to basketball players who I'm sure cheated on their wives left and right? I don't care. Not my fucking. I don't give a shit. Buy my shoes. It's worn by the guy that plays great. The end. Next. Right, and I just wish more people did that. Like, if I was ever going to partner, which I never would, but if I'm going to partner with somebody, I want to partner with someone that has that philosophy. Yeah. We're just talking about a game here. I'm not getting into the politics and whether or not they're an NZ or not, and all. This is beyond. We just play the game. That's
just play the game. Just give me the old JD Vance response of, "I don't really care, Margaret."
Yeah, and you find companies keep finding themselves in this position because they keep playing that game. Mm-hmm. It's you don't respond to that. Let them do whatever. It doesn't matter. I will answer game related questions. That's what I'm interested in.
It is all set up to where if you play the game, you lose. So the winning strategy is just not to play. How about a game of chess?
Well, I want to get a couple more responses, and I really want to get into the idea that these people are yelling into the void because they have no buying power. I actually did a video reacting to Arch. Arch had a video talking about I'd say the chud buying power and how much buying power the average normal dude has compared to these whiny activists over here. And I'm going to show you a great data of that here. This person says, "Crime boss game, I expected better from you. Collaborating with racist creators. Your game is so unpopular, you need to stoop to try and get promotion from people who cry about wokeism all day. The fuck you doing over here?" And they obviously got
Craig,
you know.
Can you scroll down just a good? Yes, there. A lot of people spamming that, and I encourage everybody else do the same with them. Just spam the little bitch report form. For them, this is the equivalent of making memes until they cry, and then make memes of them crying. Please.
Oh, they're already crying here. The fans of this in bitch who you're endorsing are harassing me now. Like,
good. Get wrecked, you idiot.
This is a game where I imagine you're killing people and doing illegal things. That's really, really lame that you're then bitching and moaning about some hurt words or whatever that they're saying. But that's ridiculous. Everyone's pussies. Everyone's a pussy.
Phoenix, words are violence, Phoenix. Come on, what are we doing?
Sure are.
That's right. Now, I do want to point out, this is from Trigger Point over on X, or Grixit, who, great account. Follow them. This is the difference between when Kirsche got dropped, and you can see right here the positive response after she got removed, 258, to the negative 1,323 over here votes on Steam. This is her getting reinstated. The 6 negative here reviews. So these people have no power. That's all I'm saying. They're just yelling into the void.
Like that anymore.
No, we're done with it. We're done with it. It's over. It's done. And you are correct. They all fill out the exact same form, the little bitch report form right here. So I think, look, at the end of the day, Kirsche is smart. She is a smart fox lady. And I think that she made this decision based off of probably the conversations that she had with them. And it's honestly funny to see these people seethe at a situation like this, because this is not like a huge game by any means, but she's doing, like, it's clearly a financial thing for them. And I think that this could set a could set a nice precedent for other people that potentially were canceled. I think Crime Boss looked at this as saying, holy shit, we need to work with this person. Otherwise, our game's going to be dead in 6 months. And I think Kirsche said, okay, I see this as an opportunity to serve as an example for what these companies could have back. And I hope that's the case.
If I had to argue the other side of this, and I'm yelling at me, I would say, look at the benefit if more companies did this, right? If they 180'd and they took more people back like Kirsche. Again, I want to keep reminding, I have nothing but respect for, so it's just respectfully disagreeing with this particular thing. That if more and more companies did this, look at that cultural shift, because now you're getting a person like Kirsche who has an open mind and an open mic and will say and do whatever she believes is right. It's certainly not the company line. It's not a woke. It's not an agenda. So if you have more of that and you're seeing more and more money being made by those kind of people, that's how you have a cultural shift, because that's where the money starts going, and that starts really shutting that people up, like in the chat there that were leaving their shit comments, because they become quieter and quieter and quieter, and they start to learn these people aren't buying anything. So if I had to argue against me, that's probably what I would say, and there's something to be said about that.
You have those arguments with yourself all the time, don't you, Phoenix?
Yeah, that's what I do constantly. Yeah. Yeah, schizophrenic.
Well, good for Kirsche. We're excited to have her back on the show very, very soon. And, she's a stud. And it's great to see her doing her best to hopefully help change culture. That's the big thing here.